All right, so I got the cat tree put together. So we purchased this cat tree from Kitty Mansions. This is the Alaska cat tree, and it is just shy of 67 inches tall. I do believe they have another one that is bigger than that, but it would have been a little bit too big for our space. So here are the directions. So this is what you're working with here. These pieces, some of them coming out of the boxes are, they do have letters on them. But if you'll notice that the directions, the only thing with letters are the bolts that they send with it to put together. And it's not too bad. I laid everything out and it's kind of self-explanatory. You can see most of the sizes just in the pictures, you can tell. So it does come with the tool, and it comes with two of these little baskets, which we end up using one. The one thing I recommend with this is, I guess it used to come in one big box, and now they send it in two boxes. The thing I do recommend is, which I didn't do, is when you empty the boxes and set everything out to make sure you have everything, keep box 1 items separate from box 2 items, and it'll make it a little easier, because you'll see that these post pieces, when you lay them out, they look pretty close in size, and there's 2 and 2. Well, this first one is, there are 2 of them in box 1, and then this second number here, which is just a little bigger, there are 2 of them in box 2. So that would have been a little easier. I would have just separated the items from each box into 2 different piles, basically. But it's pretty self-explanatory. I put it together by myself in about, I'd say if I didn't stop at all, it would have been about an hour and a half. If you have 2 people working on it because of the weight, it might take maybe an hour. So this is the cat tree all put together. So it's fairly decent. Sorry that it's kind of dark in here. Mufasa's already taken over his little house here. Hey, say hi. Thank you. So, handsome, hairy guy. Okay, so this is, we'll start at the top. So this piece here comes out, so you can wash that. That's good. Obviously, the scratchy things. So it comes with 2 baskets. We just put one on because the other one would have hung over our couch, because we put it in our living room because he pretty much rules the roost. This is where he lives. It has the big rope, which screws into the bottom of this piece. Here is where the other basket went. It is not on there. It is currently laying on the couch. I would say the hardest part about putting the whole thing together was going to be the box piece, and only because it's more of a 2-person job. This cushion here comes out so you can wash that, so that's not a big deal. That's actually really nice. This piece here, though, this is the bolt that gave me a hard time. This bolt, because here's the base, and here's the base, and here's the box. And since they're made in a factory, obviously it's not going to be like perfectly lined up. So I had to hold one piece up, and so I'm doing it by myself. That was what took me the longest. So, I mean, if you have 2 people, this is going to fly by pretty good. So what I did was I put the box together, put it on the base, put this big piece, there's 2 of those, and then there's 2 smaller ones. I put that together, and then I slid it into the place where we are going to put it, because putting the box together, you kind of had to go in from the top, and you had to have a little more room. But it's so heavy. I think it's about 85 pounds, I said. It's so heavy that I don't think I would have been able to slide it all put together into its place. So I put the bottom together, slid it where it was supposed to go, and then put the rest of it together. The box, so yeah, the box was the hardest part. If you're really particular about things being like symmetrical, so I'm guessing that this is supposed to be circle, but it looks more like an egg. That doesn't bother me at all. That piece, so it's not perfectly circle there or perfectly round here, and it could be made that way. I am covered in little pieces of fuzz, so it's not a big deal. I think it's just from being in the factory, and everything's put together by a machine anymore, or made by a machine. So these little fuzzies, they're all over me. I'll just vacuum that off. I don't think it's going to be any big concern. Like when the cat plays on it, it's basically not going to go bald. It's not coming off of there. It's just the extra. Mufasa likes that spot, evidently. I don't have any concerns. These pieces are like a really heavy pressed cardboard, and they have like a plastic, I don't know if the plastic goes all the way through as well, but they have a plastic ring in the top, and they give you your bolts. Some things need washers, some things don't. It comes with the tool, so I didn't have to have any extra tools. I do want to say one thing I noticed when I opened the boxes and started pulling this stuff out was there was a really strong like chemical smell, which I'm guessing it's just from the manufacturing process. It did air out, either that or I'm nose blind to it. I'll find out for sure when my husband comes home and he says the house smells like chemicals. We'll find that out. But I think it pretty much aired itself out just from being packed in the boxes. So here's Mufasa. I think he approves. If it was any bigger, it wouldn't have fit in our space. I mean, it is fairly decent. On the rocking factor, it does move a little bit if you rock it, but I'm not concerned that he is going to knock it over because the base is pretty steady. Like, I can rock him. He's going to get upset with me. Stop rocking me. But I don't think it's going to fall over. And since he is not full grown yet, he still has plenty of room. This is the one platform. He was laying up here when I first put it together all spread out, and there was still plenty of room up there for him. So he doesn't have front claws, so I don't know if he'll play with this or not. So I think I'm going to put some like little bells on there. Maybe he'll play with that. He can come in, go in his little house. He can come out the top if he wants. He can get up onto this platform. He has his little scratching post. And what's strange is he still scratches the scratching posts. He loves them. He can go to this one, which is probably about the perfect height. If they had a shorter one, we probably could have went with that. Thank you. But I think he's happy. Overall quality is really good. Wasn't hard to put together. So hope this helps. Hope Mufasa, say hi.